How you doing?
Baruch Hashem. 17th of July, Rabbi Levitt, Horeb.
Yes, so we said, just taking a look at, oh, okay, here we go. Let's see. Yeah, so last Shabbos was Rosh Chodesh. Is that correct? No, doesn't seem to be correct. No, the Shabbos before last Shabbos. Parshas Korach was Rosh Chodesh. Shabbos was the first day.
Yes,
and there was
that's correct.
And let's see. Oh, okay. So now, okay, so we had 2 days of Rosh Chodesh. And let's see when the Molad was. They'll have that the previous Shabbos. Right? Shabbos Mevorachim. And they say the Kufas Tammuz will be Yom Revi, Sivan, Shah 10, 25 Dakot, 12 Chalakim, 63 Regoyim. Okay, now I forget what I was trying to figure out, actually. We were trying to figure out
How long from the Molad to Rosh Chodesh? To figure whether you can see the moon, or when you can see the moon.
Rosh Chodesh yeh b'yom Shabbos Kodesh u'machraso Yom Rishon Hamoled yeh b'yom Shabbos. Oh, I see. Oh, there's two notes here. I was reading the wrong note. I mean, that it was the note for when is Tekufas Tammuz. So that's when Tekufas Tammuz was.
That's the winter, right?
For Tammuz. So like the
summer.
the summer. But whatchamacallit, it doesn't start at the same time that the Molad starts. The Molad of Chodesh Tammuz was, it says, Yom Shabbos, B'Shah 1, 9 Dakot, and 10 Chalakim. Wow. So that's when the Molad was calculated to be, on Shabbos itself. And Shabbos is already the first day of Rosh Chodesh.
That's surprising.
Then it has a notes. And it says, according to other opinions, the Molad Ha'amiti, the true Molad, as opposed to the false Molad, right? The true Molad, at least according to them, the other ones would say that they're the true Molad, I would assume. But in any case, without all the hyperbole. They calculate the molad to be Leil Shabbos at 1:58 in the nighttime. Meaning, I think it means 1:58 in the morning. Okay. Totally confusing. Anyway, thought I would look at that, see what it said. Anyway, let's go on. And we are up to 260. Bottom of page 167. Oh, there's Alan. Alan's waiting to get in. Okay. Okay, so 260, we go to Roy to start the reading.
Okay.
Morning, Alan.
Morning. Sorry. Okay.
Roy's going to now read section 260.
Okay, got the page.
167, page 167 at the bottom. I'm going to read 2 lines and turn over. Right. Kiddush Halavana is performed only at night under the clear light of the moon, when it is not covered by clouds. As a prayer which is turning over, which is a prayer which is recited under an open sky and in direct contact with nature, Kiddush Halavana is closely linked up with the idea of creation, of which it is a thoughtful affirmation. In that respect, its message is akin to that of the Shabbos. Just like the Shabbos, Kiddush Halavana serves as a reminder of creation and the Creator, and leads us to remember, to contemplate, to remember and to contemplate. For this reason, it is considered an especially meritorious act to perform Kiddush Halavana at the conclusion of the Shabbos or festival. Although, as a rule, it should not be recited on a Shabbos or Yom Tov itself, as in paragraph 275, one should wait to say Kiddush Halavana until Motzei Shabbos, the conclusion of the Shabbos, provided that it occurs before the 10th of the month, so that there are at least 5 nights to the half of 29 days, 12 hours, and 793 subdivisions counted from the Moled. It's a bit much. Well, I'll repeat that, or we'll wait till we have a look at
Yeah,
that.
you can repeat it.
Well, what? Read it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, one should wait to say Kiddush Halavana until Motzei Shabbos, the conclusion of Shabbos, provided it occurs before the 10th of the month, so that there are at least 5 nights to the half of 29 days. What's that mean? Until the 5 nights until 29 and a half days, 12 hours and 793 subdivisions counted from the Moled. If Motzei Shabbos occurs later, one should not wait. Kiddush Halavana must be observed in the first half of the month, before 14 days, 18 hours and 396 subdivisions counted from the Moled have passed. and only after 3 times 24 hours after the Molad on a Motzi Shabbos, conclusion of the Shabbos, and on a work day only after 7 times 24 hours after the Molad has passed. In the month of Av, it takes place after the 9th, and in Tishri, not before the conclusion of Yom Kippur. All forms of bowing should be avoided so as not to give any impression of idol worship. One may, however, lift oneself on one's toes in the same manner as at Kedusha. For the order of the divine service in Rosh Chodesh, see section 6. On dating documents as from the first Rosh Chodesh day, when there are 2 days of Rosh Chodesh, one should write on the first Rosh Chodesh of the day of the month B, which is the 30th day of the month A, namely the preceding month. And when dating documents, as for the second Rosh Chodesh day, one should write on the first day of the month B.
Okay, so here he has the halachas of when to say the Kiddush Levana. So, right, we know that we can't say it if the moon is covered. We can't see the moon properly. So it's under an open sky and in direct contact with nature. So the Kiddush Levana, he says it instead of what we say, Kiddush Levana, we say, it's closely linked up with the idea of creation. And it's an affirmation of the fact that there was a creation. So it's like Shabbos. It's an affirmation that Hashem created the world. The world has a creator. So we have to think about that. The world has a creator. What does that mean? The world has a creator. It has a lot of ramifications. Okay. Oh, and so therefore there's a special mitzvah to say Kiddush Levana on Motzi Shabbos. That's what he's pointing out over here, because of this connection that we see between the Shabbos and Kiddush Levana. But it should not be said on the Shabbos itself. It should wait until Motzi Shabbos, provided that you've got enough time until the end of the month, because you can only say Kiddush Levana in the first half of the month, which is 14 days and 18 hours into the month. And that's counted from the Molad. Okay. Oh, and another important thing to note, all forms of bowing should be avoided. Not give any impression of idol worship. So we don't say this when so this presents an issue when we say Aleinu, because we always say Aleinu after the general nusach that we have for Kiddush Levana. That's the Seder. And so I'm assuming that he's referring to that we generally say we generally bow when we say Aleinu, but he says the Aleinu of Kiddush Levana. I think he means to say that we should not bow, because dafka by Kiddush Levana to bow gives an impression of idol worship. Why? What's the difference? We're saying Aleinu. That's what we do. We say Aleinu. So the answer probably is, yeah, but you don't generally say Aleinu when you're in the shul. And here you're saying Aleinu outside in front of the moon. So you don't want anybody to think you're bowing to the moon. So don't bow when you say Aleinu by Kiddush Labana. Some even have a custom to not face them. They're saying the Kiddush Labana altogether. Okay. Okay, so that's, we got one more short paragraph, 261. We go to Alan.
Okay, true to the evolutionary course of things, we count the year from Tishrei, the autumn, because spring and summer are but the offspring of autumn and winter. The months, however, we count from Nisan, because it is the epoch of the Exodus from Egypt, and we call a month simply the first, second, third, etc., in the same way as we reckon the days of the week as such and such, a day from Shabbos, The names Nisan, Iyar, etc., are Chaldean and originate from the Babylonian exile. What's Chaldean?
Interesting. That's the that's the name of the place that Nebuchadnezzar was from. The Babylonians. They're called, and that's where Avraham Avinu ran away from. From Ur Kasdim. Kasdim is Chaldean in Babylon. So that's what he says. The names of the months are not Jewish names, really, in their origin. They're really Chaldean names, and they come from the Babylonian exile. But the days, we don't have any names for the days. They didn't give any names for the days. They gave non-Jewish names to the months, but they didn't give non-Jewish names to the days. The only names that we got for the day is Hayom Yom Revi B'Shabbos. It's the fourth day, fourth Shabbos. Oh, 1 second. He's saying that we count the year from Tishrei, but the months from Nisan. Oh, okay. We count the months from Nisan because that's the time of the Exodus from Egypt. So we start counting the months from our Exodus from Egypt when the Jewish people were born. But we don't count the year from that. We count the year from Tishrei. Why? Because spring and summer are the offspring of autumn and winter. Why is spring and summer the offspring of autumn and winter? I mean, in terms of the growing seasons, you plant in the autumn and the winter, and you reap in the spring and the summer. So therefore, spring and the summer are the offspring from the effort of autumn and winter of planting and doing the farming and everything. Maybe that's what he means. Okay. I mean, actually, interesting that Rev Hirsch himself, I'm just reading it over again, he says that we do not make the distinction that I said. He says that as far as the months go, we also count them as the month, the first month, the second month, and the third month, just like we do the days. But I'm not. I mean, if we're counting Jewish months, I don't think we do that. We think that we think that Nisan means, oh, that's the Jewish name of the month, not July. But he's pointing out that Nisan really is also a non-Jewish name of the month. But since we adopted those names, they sound to us like Jewish names. Okay. And now from Rosh Chodesh we go to Mila. We go to Lud to start off the reading. Wow, we got a long 14 psukim over here.
And when Avram was 90 years old and 9, the Lord appeared to Avram and said unto him, I am Hashem Almighty, walk before me and be perfect. And I will make my covenant between me and thee, and will multiply thee exceedingly. And Avram fell on his face, and God talked with him, saying, As for me, behold, my covenant is with thee, and thou shalt be the father of a multitude of nations. Neither shall thy name any more be called Avram, but thy name shall be Avraham. For the father of a multitude of nations have I made thee. And I will make thee exceedingly fruitful, and I will make nations of thee, and kings shall come out of thee. And I will establish my covenant between me and thee, and thy seed after thee throughout their generations, for an everlasting covenant, to be a God unto thee, and to thy seed after thee. And I will give unto thee, and to thy seed after thee, the land of thy sojournings, all the land of Canaan, for an everlasting possession, and I will be their God. And Hashem said unto Abraham, As for thee, thou shalt keep my covenant, thou and thy seed after thee throughout their generations. This is my covenant, and ye shall keep between me and you and thy seed after thee. Every male among you shall be circumcised, and ye shall be circumcised in the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of a covenant betwixt me and you. And he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you, every male throughout your generations. He that is born in thy house, or bought with the money of any foreigner that is not of thy seed. He that is born in thy house, and he that is bought with thy money, must needs be circumcised. And my covenant shall be in your flesh for an everlasting covenant. And the uncircumcised male who is not circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin that soul shall be cut off from his people, he hath broken my covenant. That's from Bereshit. And the Lord spoke unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if a woman be delivered and bear a man child, then she shall be tameh 7 days, as in the days of the tumah of her sickness shall she be tameh. And in the 8th day, the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised.
Okay. Very good. Okay, the centrality of the mitzvah of bris milah is represents a bris is a word that in English means a covenant. So that's the sign of the bris, the oath of the bris. That's the sign of the covenant that Hashem made between Avram and himself and all of Avram's descendants. Okay, and this is an everlasting covenant to do this mitzvah of bris milah. And Hashem says that in regard, he says to be a God unto thee and thy seed after thee. So it's not the whole. It's just an oath. It's just a sign of the covenant. The covenant itself is that Hashem is going to be. He's going to be our Hashem, and not only to Avram, but to the Zerah Avram, the seed of Avram after him. And one of the things that's mentioned, the main thing that's mentioned right after that, and what it means to be a God until Avram's descendants is he will give to who does it say he'll give to? I will give to you and to your seed after you the land of your sojournings, all of the land of Canaan, for an everlasting possession, and I will be their God. Even though we said before that Avram in his lifetime he did not really become the possessor, the owner, the acknowledged owner of the land of Canaan. He had to buy a burial plot for Sarah from a non-Jew, and but nevertheless, that's what it says over here. Hashem had already says Hashem says he's going to give it. He's going to give it to Avram and to his seed forever. Okay, so we see that the land is very much tied up with the covenants, which the sign of the covenant is the bris milah. Okay, so now Hirsch is going to speak about these psukim. That's why he prefaces his remarks with all these psukim over here. So the first one that we're going to read is in section 262 at the bottom of page 169, and we go to Roy to continue.
Okay. walk before me and be perfect. All right. Turning over to 170. I lead lead thy whole life before me, the omnipotent, the omnipresent, in every moment of thine existence. Lift up thine eyes to me. Yea, live so that every fraction of thy life is mine. So be thou perfect. Do not divide thy being into two, as if indeed thou didst live before, thou didst. Do not divide thy being into two, as if indeed thou didst belong in spirit to heaven and in body to earth, as if indeed thou didst belong in spirit to heaven and body to earth. Living too. Don't do that. As if thou would serve God in spirit, but body would revel in the animal within thee. Be thou wholly perfect. Behold in thy body the means of serving God. Every faculty within thee, thy body too, entrusted to thee for a divine purpose. Dedicate thy spirit and thy body to me, and so be thou perfect and whole, thy complete entity moved by one thought only, dedicated to the one, the all-embracing one God. Thus did God speak to Abraham when he bade him set his seal upon that part of his body where man is most akin to the animal, and thereby sanctify the dedicate. Sorry, what is it? Oh, right, where man is most akin to the animal, and thereby sanctify and dedicate his body to his purpose. Okay. Sorry about
Okay. Wow. So that's what it means to be Tamim, to be, he's translated, the Lashon HaKodesh reads on this walk before me, be perfect, he's halech lefanai, v'yeh samim, Tamim.
Yes.
And so they're translating here as perfect. Perfect, Rev Hirsch is explaining, means, I think Tamim is a good translation, complete. In other words, your everything that you are is completely dedicated to Hashem, not just your spiritual components. Let's say your Torah learning, the mind is where the resides the neshama, and to learn about the Torah, very nice. But what about the body? Don't dedicate the body to the earth. The body also belongs to the heaven, meaning to Hashem. And so specifically, the way that Hashem created things, he says the place on the man's body which is most similar to the animal and everything that is animal-like, that also is to be equally sanctified and dedicated to do it to serve Hashem, to serve Hashem, and that's called tamim. That's called tamim, and so that's why this pasuk, walk before me, be perfect. That's what Hashem said to Avraham Avinu before he gave him the mitzvah of bris milah, because that's the completion of the of Avram's Tamimus, his perfection. 263. And we go to Alan. We have any time?
Okay,
2 minutes, yeah.
which number now?
263.
263. Okay. Keep the strength of your body holy. Do not squander it in vile, sensuous lust. Do not dissipate it against God's will. Expand it only as a servant of God, seeing even in the most animal-like actions, but the sacred mission planned in holiness for the upbringing of the world. Keep your strength holy for that sacred purpose, and to this divine end, curb your animal passions. Know that Hashem will demand retribution for every atom of strength which you squander outside his service or dissipate against his will. This is the summons of the seal of Abraham. Bring to you, stifle animal desires as the onset, stifle them at their birth.
Wow. Okay, so he's got more specific about what it means to use that part of the goof where the bris milah is located. What that involves? He's expanding upon this idea, and that's to keep the strength of that part of the goof for doing Hashem's ratzon, not doing things that are against that, because that is for the upbuilding of the world. Okay. This is the summons of the seal of Avram. Okay, 264 we'll leave for tomorrow. It's already 11:30. And we wish Mayor a great day.
Mhm.
And we will be back soon, Bezrat Hashem, and try to go weiter and
Okay.
talk for Cohen.
Thank you. See you shortly, Alan. Lou.
Still, yeah. I just want to let you know that I'm planning on it. If I get a chance, I don't show up, which I'm not planning on that. It's just sort of up to but I have to. I didn't really make it, which is gonna stay. Just continue on. Okay.
Bless you.
Is that the answer? Or that one? What one is okay? Say that a little deficient in vitamin D, so you know, like take it. She said to take, I had prescribed me antihistamine. She said take one every day. She said take it every day to see if it will prevent it. Instead of like taking it when I'm itching to death. Try one every day for 2 weeks. See if it will calm down. Some reaction to something. It's an allergic reaction to something. Stress. I was wondering,